Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, as you can see, I thought this was rather fitting for the video, and as you know by the title. So in this video I'm going to be talking about my experiences and how I handle being bisexual in 2018, being part of the LGBTQ community, and just answering some questions that I've been sent. I'm really nervously laughing right now, by the way. Fucking alky over here. I do think this video is very important for everyone, like even if you're gay yourself or you're straight, it's so important. This topic is so important, and yeah, let's answer some questions. I'm aware this is not all the colours of the rainbow, but oh yeah, so I went to Primark, and good on Primark, they have loads of they have loads of clothing that has the rainbow flag, so I was thoroughly impressed. Okay, so the first question is, how did you come out and what was people's reactions? So I officially came out, let me put this straight, I am bisexual, and I always have been and I always will be. Whether that means I end up marrying a man and having kids or marrying a woman and having kids, I'm still bisexual, you know? Just because I might have a long-term relationship with a guy doesn't mean that I'm suddenly straight. And I think that's a very important point for people to realise about bisexuality, is that you're always going to be what you are. It doesn't change regarding on you know, she married a man so she must be straight now. It does not work like that. You like girls and boys. Sorry. It's not really anything else I can really elaborate on that. I think a lot of people just need to realise that fact. Anyway, how did I come out? So I always have been. I knew I always was. I think I officially came out to my sister. It was the first person that knew. Shout out to you, Mary. And it was, I must have been 18, I think. And me and her and some mutual friends, we were out clubbing and we were both drunk, and I thought, take the opportunity that she's drunk, I'm gonna tell her now. And obviously I was drunk, so I was like, gosh, let's just blurt it out, it's fine. And I just whispered to her, you know I'm bi, right? And she was like, what? She was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, yeah. She was like, oh, okay, whatever. And so I was like, okay, whatever. You know, but then in my head I was thinking, oh, I feel so much lighter. Just how you know, how our relationships is with my family anyway. We obviously went home, and then the next day she told the whole family, which was kind of the plan anyway, that she just say for me. And so then my little brothers was like, are you gay? And I was like, I'm bisexual. And then I think there were some along the lines of so you like boys and girls? And I was like, yes. And I was like, okay. And then my mum was like, okay, cool. You know, it was just it's really not an interesting story, to be honest. Everyone just found out after I told my sister, and everyone was completely cool with it. We have gay people in our family, and my family is very open. You know, I knew there wasn't going to be a problem. I just didn't really. The problem was with me that I wasn't ashamed to say. I don't know, it just took me a while to say. I was sure, but I was sure, I knew it, but I just didn't say it until I was 18. And then, so after my family knew, then I kind of just, my best friend she always knew. Well, let's get this straight. I have a lot of best friends. My best friend Anya, she always knew. And then my best friend Molly, that you lot have seen. I think I just sat down and I was like, said this exact same thing. You know I'm bi, right? She was like, yeah, I kind of figured. And I was like, oh, okay. She was like, good for you. Whatever, you know, it is what it is. You know, not no one cares, but no one cares in the sense to be like, what? Like, no one's offended, no one's homophobic, you know, I don't know anyone that's homophobic. Why would I? So, yeah. And then just, you know, now I'm, like, extremely open about it. And I'm so proud to be what I am, you know? What was your fear of coming out? So, like I kind of said before, earlier, just now, I was just kind of like, I think it's like, you know, when like you know you have to do something big, but you're just kind of like, oh, in your head you're going 3, 2, 1, and then you just can't. Like, you just stall, like, you just can't do it. Like, it was just that, it was more of like a nervous thing. It wasn't a fear. Like, I was never ashamed, and I just was nervous to say. Yeah, I think the one thing I was worried about was that I didn't want people to look at me differently or feel differently with me. Like, with my girlfriends, like actual girlfriends, I feel like a lot of people, unfortunately, feel like, oh, Mimi likes girls, so better be careful how I act around her because I don't want her to, like, start fancying me. Sorry, love, but you ain't that special. Do you know what I mean? It's like, some people need to get a grip, for one. Like, I really don't like that. Like, so Jane is straight, and Jane has guy friends. So do all the guys then think that Jane fancies them? No, because that's not how it works. Like, you know, but I think that was like my fear, worry, whatever. But I quickly realised that, like, Mimi, you know, all good people, like, no one's gonna, like, feel that way. But yeah. Did anyone discover you as gay before coming out? No, I don't think, like, no one ever said, like, oh, like, do you like girls? And I don't think anyone had, or, I mean, wasn't big enough deal for me to remember, but, like I said, like, you know, when I told people, they'd be like, oh yeah, like, I figured. How do you handle homophobia? So, homophobia is created by people having a lack of knowledge, being uneducated, ignorant and naive, and that combines creates a very nasty person. They've been brought up to believe that it's wrong, but I believe that that is all going to change within the next few years. Of course, there will always be homophobia, there will always be racism, unfortunately, but it is slowly getting better. And I think the way that to deal with it is to just educate people. Like, me doing this video, I hopefully, like, can educate people into understanding what it is. And I think the main thing is that, like, everyone knows about gays and lesbians, but no one really talks about bisexuals because everyone brushes it off. Everyone sees it as, like, you know, you must just be... This goes into my other question. Talk on what it's like to hear maybe you're just confused, you're selfish, it's just a phrase. So, as I was saying, people are so uneducated on, like, bisexuality and really dismiss it. That's my problem with what it feels like to be bisexual in 2018. that is my big problem, that people dismiss it. I've had many people, when I say, oh, I'm bisexual, like when it comes up in conversation, they say, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're still young. Like, no, you're not. Are you telling me, or am I telling you? What? You can't. But then if someone said, oh, if I said, oh, I'm a lesbian, they'd be like, oh, okay. So why is it dismissed that I'm bisexual? Do you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense. And to hear, like, oh, you're confused, it's like, no. First of all, I'm not that young. Second of all, if I was confused, I wouldn't say it as, oh, I'm bisexual. I would just be, like, experimenting. But, you know, experimenting is doing it for, maybe doing it once, trying. Experimenting means to try something, right? So you would have tried it, like, once, and then been like, oh, no. That's an experiment, to, like, test it, right? It's a bit late to be still testing. To hear you're selfish because I like both is just ridiculous. So how I deal with this homophobia, I just, like, the main thing is to remember that you're bigger, you're the bigger person, and just not even give it the time of day. Don't give rudeness, like, the time of day, because it's only going to bring you down when you know that you're better, you know. It's just not worth it. But if it's someone that, like, genuinely is, like, willing to learn about it, then educate them, and educate as much as you can. This is a good question. How do you deal with or handle straight, ignorant guys seeing you kiss a girl and overly sexualizing it? So saying things like, oh, this is live porn, etc. I have dealt with this many times. Like, some guys, like, again, this is, everything relates to people being uneducated, and I think the main thing is, like, you need to raise your sons to not sexualize women like that. It's disgusting, and it's just pathetic, and really, like, frankly, and really and truly, all you're doing is making women feel incredibly uncomfortable. But it's 2018 now, and women are allowed to express themselves in however they want. Women like sex just as much as men do, and that's that, really. And I think it's just pathetic, really, to see men really over-sexualizing lesbians, and it's sad, but just ignore it. Like, for me, carry on kissing, carry on doing you, and just give them a... I just wanted to come on and just, you know, speak about it, and because, like I said, I think it's really important, and I feel good that I have. And I hope everyone enjoyed, and I hope people have watched this and learned something. If you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my videos. If you do have any more questions, then please leave them in the comments below. If I get a lot, then I can make another one. Thanks for watching. Oh wait, before I go, I also wanted to say that if you're watching this and you yourself are part of the LGBTQ community and you haven't yet come out, I would just like to say to you that you're strong and you're beautiful, and you deserve for the whole world to know, because you deserve to be you. And I know it is scary sometimes, and I know that we have to deal with a lot of shit, but you're better than that, and you deserve to be who you are. And remember that love is love. You will find someone that's amazing, and I wish you all the love in the world.